Hello, Facebook Live. This is William George from the Duck Pond at the University of Oklahoma. This is quite an old facility. It was a golf course during World War II and I believe World War I. In fact, when I was a student here back in the 1960s, I stayed in the barracks of the World War I cadets that were stationed here, as was a training place for World War I pilots, and this was made into a golf course. It was a 9-hole golf course. So, well, my main topic is always monetary reform. You know, 5 years ago, I knew nothing about money, and I had a degree in money and banking from this university, but they didn't teach us about money and banking. Anything that we should know. They taught us the accounting methods, that kind of thing, but not really what happens. In fact, most bankers don't know what happens. They don't know that they're loaning money that they don't have. They're loaning money that they create. This causes a lot of problems for us because it gives people that we have no control over. Have you ever voted for a banker at the ballot box? No. It gives them the ability to decide where money goes. And over time, whoever decides where money goes controls you, controls all of us. There's some legislation that's been put through. It's written. It's ready for prime time. It's called the NEED Act. It's a House bill that was created by former Congressman Dennis Kucinich. HR 2490. You know what? I'm forgetting the number now, and I say it all the time, but I'm 75 years old, so I get a pass on these things. It's called the NEED Act. If you do hashtag NEED Act on the internet, you will find a lot of stuff that I have written about about this legislation. Well, also, if you do hashtag Occupy the NEED Act, you'll find the information. And we have a brand new website up called greensformonetarycontrol.org. That's greensformonetarycontrol.org. And we have on there a history book that covers 3 millennia of research that's been done on money. And Aristotle had it right to begin with. He told us that money was a matter of law, that it was not a matter of a natural product, a commodity like gold. Governments can create money. It's called sovereign money because the government is sovereign. And the Romans were doing it. In fact, the Republic had this kind of money. What they did is they had a worthless metal. They put a stamp on it and said, this is worth so much. And that is what we can do today digitally. The government can print money or can issue money by issuing money in a bank account. Say, for example, a contractor gets a job doing work for the federal government or a state government, and when when it's ready time to be paid for it, that money comes directly from the Treasury to his bank account. The deposit is made there. And when he pays his employees, when he buys his supplies, materials, products for the project that he's doing, that all goes into other people's bank accounts, and it stays there without ever disappearing. The money that we have now disappears when it's paid back. All the money that we have now is created with debt. Somebody is paying interest on it. Somebody, somewhere. All the money in your checking account, somebody's paying interest on it. It's trillions and trillions of dollars. In fact, what it amounts to for the banking finance industry in the U.S. and the UK combined, $500 million a day goes out of our pockets and goes into their pockets. Think about that. And that's not necessary. Yeah, we're going to have to borrow money for cars and things like that, but what the government can do, they can create things where we don't need cars. We don't need as many cars. We can have excellent public transportation. In fact, for the seniors, I will push for having free public transportation anywhere in the United States, and we can pay for it. A senior wants to go visit their grandchildren, like me, here in Norman, I could get on Amtrak and go to Chicago for free. Get off at Union Station, get on the Metro, go north up to where they live for free. That can all be done. And that's what will eliminate so much debt, so much interest having to be paid. I won't have to borrow money to go on a trip. I won't have to charge it on my credit card. I'll be able to just get on the train and go. When you start looking at the NEAT Act, it's like, it's incredible what can be done. And it's, people will say, well, it'll cause inflation. Well, no, it won't cause inflation. Congress has the power to spend money. There's going to be in the government a monetary board that watches the different sectors of the economy and will decide if there's inflation there. In other words, if there's too much money going after too little product or service, and the rates are going up or the prices are going up, they'll cut back money for that sector and put it into a level of money that sector can grow and absorb. We can have health care, totally free health care for everyone. We can fund all the research that we need in medical, all the research, technical research. Even that 20-something son that's living in your attic or in your basement, he'll be able to have a guaranteed annual income and be able to go to a bank for the arts if he likes music and wants to play in a band, wants to play a guitar, wants to film. He'll be able to apply for grants to get the film equipment, to get the music equipment, to get his art equipment, to travel to a place where he can do his research. This is life transforming. Dennis Kucinich says this legislation is as important as the discoveries that Copernicus made, however you pronounce his name. You know, I've had a hard time studying this because my knowledge of history was barely that I could remember Christopher Columbus in 1492. And the book, The Lost Science of Money, is packed with information. The Lost Science of Money. I mean, it is packed with information. It's packed with references that research could go on for years learning more about our history of money. Learn it. We can change the world. There's a couple of websites, monetary.org, and our website, greensformonetaryreform.org. Go there, learn about money. And so I've talked to you today from the duck pond at the University of Oklahoma. I'll give you a little view around if you can see it. It looks like it's kind of faded out on my phone, so we'll figure that out. So anyway, Terrence, glad to see you. And I'm going to sign off. Bye now.